Aloha, sons and water. So if you're working through bringing something to life, whether an idea, a goal, a relationship, a plant even. No, they said scratch that, not a plant. Don't involve a plant. It's something that you're trying to manifest, something that's not even there yet. All right? And this is in regards to, specifically, I must say, because I don't want to be hopping stories, jumping timelines and all these things. It's in regards to success, in regards to your goals, careers, money. Spirit saying we're going right back to the hush type of energy. Be quiet. It's like this manifestations is your Dear Diary period. Whatever you're imagining in your mind, because you can end up going out. That's why people had diaries, because it was like this best kept secret, because we know if we would tell people what's in this motherfucking diary, we might get laughed at or looked at a little bit differently. So I'm seeing Spirit showing me. And when I say spirit, I'm talking about source. I'm talking about divine. I'm not just talking about some random ass, lingering ass spirit that's stuck in limbo, stuck in purgatory. All right, I'm talking about the highest divine source energy, okay? So they're saying to be quiet, because if you go around telling someone this, especially someone that's not on your level, and this is not a bad thing at all, it's just in regards to your vibration and frequency. Like, they just don't see where you're going. It's like I'm seeing like a fucking mouse and an elephant. You guys see things totally different, right? The mouse is really, yeah. Come on now. You guys get what I'm saying. I ain't gotta make a huge ass explanation as to where I'm going with this. Be quiet. You're seeing things differently. You have big dreams. And these dreams might make people feel uncomfortable. Like, what are you talking about? How are you going to manifest this? That's fucking impossible. Are you dumb? All right? So, Spirit's just heavy on the hush. Be quiet. Keep it to yourself. There's a lot of other things that you can talk about, but not your wishes, all right? You know, we all know this. Like, when we would blow on a candle, which, you know, we're being encouraged to not blow out candles anymore. You gotta lick your finger and pinch that motherfucker so, or get a candle, one of those things that puts out candles. But see, that was random again. Anyways, even when you're wishing on a star, right, you keep it to yourself, and you let source bring it to you, because you can't have any doubt blocking your way. And we're not in charge of time. That's the biggest thing right there as well. So it's like we have to be repetitive when it comes to these things. All right. And sometimes it can be discouraging. Sometimes we'll wake up the next day and be like, what the fuck? Nothing's happening. But what's happening is something internally. You're starting to make what you're imagining normal in your mind. I belong in that room with those successful people. I belong in that stage with those successful people. It's giving me that sense, once again, as I mentioned in another video, feeling a sense of belonging. No longer feeling like you're not from here. All right? Feeling that sense of belonging. Mama Earth's been telling you to make yourself at home in these rooms, in your imagination as well. Get comfortable in here, because what you're doing in here is going to come to life outside of yourself. Like, seriously, like, nothing's even happening yet, but just me mentioning the possibility, I've been on this journey, for the repetitive journey in regards to manifesting, for about a month now. And I swear, a month in, like, I just feel like I want to cry. And for those of you that have been here for a long time, you guys obviously know that I'm a little sensitive. Like, I just cry, all right? And it's like, there's nothing wrong with crying tears of joy, not holding back. Like, why the fuck do I feel like crying? Oh wells, I'm not going to examine why. I'm just going to let it out, because that's how I feel. I feel so overwhelmed with excitement and joy with these new things that I'm learning. And Spirit's also saying, be very clear on what you mean by abundance, because you can have an abundance in anything. You know, abundance is a lot of something. So like, be clear. They're like, abundance of what? Like, be specific in these things. How does it feel? How does it smell? How does it taste? How do you feel now that you have everything your heart desires? How does it feel? And that's why we gotta keep that shit to ourselves as well. I like to do these practices before I wake, as I'm waking up, and before I go to sleep, so everything's dark. Nobody can see my facial expressions, how I'm like smiling hard as fuck before bed. And that has a lot to do with it. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but it's like being connected to how it feels. Because if we can't feel it, it's like, who feels it knows. Rastafari. All right, everybody knows that, right? Who feels it knows. Feel it, all right? I love you all so very much. My heart, I feel like my heart is overflowing, so some of this energy can flow into you. And I'm more than happy to share at a distance. Keep your distance, all right? I feel like you're being called to keep your distance from a lot of people that don't comprehend where it is you're going. And it's only temporary. So within this separation, let it be a peaceful separation. And I'm like yelling, and my kids are trying to yell over me and shit, but it's all good. It's all good right now. But and prepare. Like, sometimes we're gonna feel funny about preparing. Like, I remember I just talked about this a few months ago, and I was on the same road as I'm talking about this, and I actually feel like I don't want to talk about it. See, like, that's where shit pops off. Like, we want to share so badly what we got going on. We want to share so badly what we want to manifest because it feels so good. But this feeling also helps you connect to source more, because you want to tell somebody so badly. And you can use those feelings of wanting to share and use it for your prayers, for gratitude, for, you know. But keep that energy flowing throughout the day, but just keep certain things to yourself. Share that joy, share that love, share that excitement. But the goals, the ideas, the dreams, the wishes, keep it to yourself. And use your fucking discernment as well. If you feel like you just gotta tell somebody, then do it, because not everyone's path is the same. And for some of you, some of these goals, some of these things that you're bringing to life, you have to tell somebody, because you need this person on your team in order for this to be brought to life. So I'm not saying to struggle with this on your own. Some of you need people on your team, but you got to make sure they're down. You got to make sure they're down for you. And you got to be down for yourself, because when you're down for yourself, then you can see things clearly. All right, because there's a lot of people running their mouth in regards to these ideas, these goals, and they ain't got no lock on it. And people can just freely come and take these ideas and snatch them away. And they ain't gonna feel nothing about it. They're not gonna feel anything about it. So keep it to yourself. Don't put yourself in a fucked up position, knowing how people move. Of course, we want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but we know how things go. When we know better, we do better, right? I love you all so much. Hit that like button. Aloha.
Originally Africa, the plan for the Rastaman. Well, we've been